Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Romeo and Juliet, and today we get to hear from Juliet in Act 3, Scene 2. And she kicks off the scene and starts in a completely different place than where the rest of the audience is emotionally right now, because in Act 3, Scene 1, everything fell apart. There was a fight in the street, and Tybalt killed Mercutio, and then Romeo killed Tybalt, and then Romeo ran away because he knows that if he gets caught, he's going to get killed. And the prince has now banished Romeo from Verona, so he can never come back. And yeah, things are looking kind of dire all over the place. Like, it was a rom-com, and now all of a sudden it's a murder-filled thing. We had two guys die like pretty much at the same time. And what makes it even more complicated is Romeo killed Tybalt, who's Juliet's cousin, and Romeo had just married Juliet like an hour ago. So at the beginning of Act 3, Scene 2, Juliet has just gotten married like an hour ago, and she's waiting very impatiently for nightfall because the nurse has gone to get a ladder so that Romeo can climb into her bedroom that night and consummate their marriage. So she has no idea that these murders have just happened in the street. So she kicks off Act 3, Scene 2 by saying, "Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, the runaway's eyes may wink, and Romeo, leap to these arms. Untalked of and unseen, lovers can see to do their amorous rites, and by their own beauties. Or, if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron in all black, and learn me how to lose a winning match played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood my unmanned blood bathing in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grow bold, think true love acted simple modesty. Come, night! Come, Romeo, come, thou day and night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than the new snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Ah, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch? So this is a monologue by a 13-year-old, soon-to-be 14-year-old, who wants to sleep with her new husband. She's horny, and she wants to sleep with her new husband. Now, she may not fully understand what that is because a 13-year-old and sex, but there were references to earlier in the script that women younger than her have been made mothers already, so maybe she knows what it is. But she also references in this speech that she's still a virgin, and she expects that Romeo is also a virgin. That whole teach me how to lose a winning match between a pair of stainless maidenhoods. It's a reference to the fact that they're going to be taking each other's virginity tonight. So she expects that Romeo is a virgin, but I'm not sure that he is, based on his antsiness to sleep with Rosalind at the very beginning of the play. But that's a whole discussion they can have another time, because, you know, they decided to get married like within about 4 hours of meeting each other, and were married within about 17 hours of meeting each other. So they didn't really have time for the big conversations that people should probably have before they get married. But yeah, that's what this whole monologue is about. It's still daytime, and she wants it to be nighttime so that Romeo can sneak into her bedroom and they can consummate their marriage. That's what she wants, and she's getting really impatient for it, and she's romanticizing it. So I know a lot of people, when they perform this monologue, either because they think it's beautiful for all the poetry in it, or because they think that it's a good showing of Juliet's innocence or something like that, and full of beautiful poetry. Yeah, no, it's a horny 13-year-old that wants to sleep with her husband, is what it boils down to, and she really, really, really wants it to be night so that she can sleep with her husband. Yeah. Yeah. And then at the very end of it, the nurse comes in and she has a something with her. And Juliet thinks that this is going to be great news and that the ladder's going to be there and she's going to be all set to sleep with her husband tonight. But the nurse has other news because she was there in the street when she saw Tybalt dead and learned that Romeo's the one that killed him. So Juliet, who's all glowy and happy and wanting to have sex right now gets to find out that her husband is a murderer. And we will see how that falls on her tomorrow. I'll see you then for that. Mwah.